Hey everyone, today we're going to be reviewing the film Train to Busan. I have been waiting for this film since early 2016, and it was one of those films I had been anticipating for so long, and I was checking every day on the internet to see when it would arrive in America. This film is a South Korean horror film about a zombie outbreak that happens in South Korea. Really quick, the whole premise of the story is there's a father and his daughter. They're traveling on a train, and while they're traveling on the train, a zombie outbreak happens and starts to take over most, if not all, the country. And that's the story in a nutshell. Having said that, this is also the sequel to a film called Seoul Station. Seoul Station is the prequel. It's an animated prequel, but this is a live action sequel. Okay, for those of you who have not seen Seoul Station, I strongly recommend going on Amazon, put in your $2.99, and rent it and watch it. It is worth watching. It is a very good film. Having said that, let me go into some of the things I like about this film. I'm not going to give any spoilers unless I feel it's necessary, but overall this film had so much good things about it. The acting is hands down very good. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, acting is a 10. The cinematography, beautiful cinematography, great, awesome cinematography, give that a 10. The tone of the film is perfect, and honestly, one of the things I loved about this film is the build-up. The build-up was so perfect. How they didn't just start it off as horror. They didn't just start it off with all the craziness. They have this. Honestly, if I were to compare it, I would compare it to the scene in North by Northwest where the character is waiting for the contact, and he's in the field and there's a plane flying in the background, and there's something odd that's about to happen, and you know it's odd, you just don't know what it is. That's the way the whole film felt to me. The buildup was so perfect, and you're thinking, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder how it's going to happen, and you don't know when, you don't know how, but you know it's coming, and the characters don't know that, but you do, and it creates a tension that you can't escape, and I really love that about this film. The film's last act was so good. The last act, the third act, was so strong, and it was good, and it was satisfying. Something that might surprise people about this film is this film, although it's labeled a horror or an action adventure, this film has a lot of heart. And emotionally, when you watch this film, for most people, I think they'll feel something, because it's not just a horror film. It's not about scary. Matter of fact, this film wasn't even that scary to me. This film was not even that scary to me, but the film had a lot of heart. And when you think about and you understand that this film is actually a parable of the class issues that are happening in South Korea at this time, you'll understand why this film affects you so much emotionally. I remember after watching this film, I was thinking about it several days after. That's how good it was. I was thinking about it. I was mulling it over. I was at work, and I was just thinking about, man, this film was amazing. And I watched it a second time, and all those good things about it didn't diminish in one iota. It was still there. All the strengths of the film were still there. I think the only problem I had with it at all were some language issues, but other than that, it was great. But in a nutshell, this is a really good movie. I strongly recommend you check it out, give it a chance. And for those of you who have a problem with subtitles, don't let that get in the way. You're just letting it interfere with a really great movie experience. Once you get used to it, it just becomes second nature. Okay? So yeah, this is my movie review. Give it a 10 out of 10 for Train to Busan. And don't forget to like and subscribe.